For the 10th consecutive month, protests in Israel persist, with the latest demonstrations unfolding outside a resort housing Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his wife Sarah. But are we witnessing a shift in the tide of these protests, and what resolutions may lie ahead? Our correspondent Jody Cohen reports.
About 200 demonstrators armed with placards and a call for democracy gathered in the village of Neve Ativ, where the PM is briefly vacationing for the Sukkot holidays. Their protest centres on the government's proposals for judicial reform, expressing concerns about the potential erosion of democracy and an excessive shift of power away from the courts. In contrast, the government contends that these reforms would reinstate democracy, asserting that the judiciary has wrested too much power from Parliament. Yet there's a growing sentiment from some that the protests might be crossing a line. Defence Minister Yoav Gallant, addressing a memorial event for the fallen soldiers of the Yom Kippur War, which was seen as a time of unity in Israel, faced chants of democracy from the crowd. Renowned singer Yehoram Gaon, present at the event, deemed the heckling as shameful.
This evening we came to draw inspiration from those wonderful days of the wonderful togetherness. What you are doing now is a shame.
Meanwhile, Israel Air Force Commander Tomer Bar has urged conversations with the 400 protesting reserve pilots who refuse to serve. They have until October the 17th to return to reserve duty or risk facing dismissal, a deadline strategically set ahead of a large-scale Air Force exercise with other nations, including the US, at the end of October. With the coalition opposition and protest leaders at odds regarding judicial reform, what does the future hold? The Supreme Court is anticipated to rule on the coalition's reasonableness law in the coming months. As Parliament resumes after the Sukkot holiday, the possibility of further legislation passing looms. Speculation suggests a potential Saudi-Israel deal might temporarily shelve the issue of judicial reform as a demand from the US, with President Biden highlighting shared values in a recent meeting with Netanyahu. Meanwhile, President Herzog reportedly continues seeking dialogue with all sides, aiming to broker a compromise. This is Jody Cohen reporting for WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.